Hello, how's it going, people? I really hope as time goes on, my quality of videos also goes up. I'm just not a big video editor guy. I'm really hoping that. Oh, wait, there's a garbage there. I'm just gonna put my cam laid over there, maybe. You know, because after right now, all my ideas and all my ideas and opinions are still pretty trash. I'm working on them though. Okay, maybe they're not that trash because I am unable. Oh no, I found a better one. Let's see if I can lay it down over there. Can I? Yo, that's beautiful. What if someone wants to throw out their garbage? Well, then they'll have to go through me. So, um, I wanna talk about intentions. I feel like one of the bigger discussions that needs to be had is, you know, intention, right? What are intentions? You know, what's the thing? You know, what is a good intention? What's a bad intention? And where does intention take us? You know, well, I'm still developing my own like ideas and thoughts. I mean, they're not really of my own. They're more like my understandings of what they are. I've been reading up a lot on religion, philosophy, and a pretty outgoing guy, and I've spoken to a lot of people, and I'm like almost 26 now. I've had quite the life experience, and there's a lot that came out of my life that really gives me the confidence to speak now about the things that I want to speak, and I don't know the truth either. I feel like the reason why I'm bringing up these things is less because I know about them and I believe I'm correct, and more about the fact that I want to start a discussion, hopefully globally, um, because with a lot of stigmas and dogmas and whatever mas there are out there, a lot has been going wrong, and it's just um, harder to keep up. We're straying away from the truth, and the thing about truths are that they're supposed to be simple. There's no deviation from them. But unfortunately, uh, the world we live in is very abstract, and sort of, as humans, we're seems like we've been set on a trail to um, find objective truths, and that's what like science does. That's what yeah, that's what science does, and we love science because science is always just right. But the issue with science is that it's pretty brand new. Um, I mean, brand new in the sense that, in the academic sense, there's always been scientists, like there has always been philosophers. Um, but the issue with science um, is that once we really figured out how to be sure of our science, we really deviated away from a lot of other things that uh, made our lives make more sense, especially things like mysticism. You know, um, not everything can be explained by science yet, but surely it will someday. It's just it's not going to be in this generation or the next, right? And I've read a lot about mysticism, and my major in university is my field in university is culture and tourism. I've also had a very multicultural upbringing myself, um, and especially with the issue that it's really hard to separate religion and culture, and then putting it in a societal system. Um, but the point about mysticism that exists in religion and culture um, is that although scientifically they have not been proven, it's more of like an observation of reality, of the reality around us. And so, like, we don't know why the rain dance would make it rain, but I'm sure, like, someday, like, we'll have the science to prove why rain dances made rains, I mean, I don't know about the validity of that, but my point still stands. Um, my point still stands, and I think like we're moving away from that because when someone says they believe it, and it's really easy to rebuttal them and knock them down and say, no, your belief is wrong because there is no science behind it. And there is really no rebuttal to there is no rebuttal to the answer of, yeah, where's your science, But at the same time, why do you need to knock people down? Why do you need to take away their beliefs and then force them to find a scientific answer for their beliefs without their beliefs in the first place? Why don't you let them have their beliefs and then allow them to explore it without you knocking them down? Like, when a person says they believe in ghosts, let them believe it. And, as time goes on, I'm sure they'll come across more opportunities that more uh, you know evidently um, more evidently proves their beliefs or disapproves their beliefs, right? So like as like I we like a lot of Western kids, they grew up believing Santa. Like I grew up believing in ghosts myself, but then as time went on, I just realized it's harder and harder to believe in ghosts because I just didn't have the life experience to back up my beliefs, and so my belief kind of corrected itself. And and there's always like the darker side of the topics I'm talking about as well. Like, especially culturally speaking, some cultural practices are just crazy. Like how the Mayans used to murder children on top of their temples to make a good harvest. Like that's fucked up. You know. In that case, like sure, can look down on their belief, but my point is that killing people does not bring good harvest, and it's pretty logical to figure that out, you know? And that's why the Mayans don't exist or they don't kill children anymore. And um so God, there's so many directions I want to go with this discussion. Like especially speaking of religion, like there's so many religious beliefs that is just hard to really hard to really prove right now. But what's wrong with believing in these religious thoughts until we reach the time where we can prove them, or disprove them? So I think I wanted to start this video talking about intention, but um, I I'm happy with the direction it went, um, because I think at the I think everything in reality exists came to existence off of good intention. You know, God did not have bad intentions with creating us or the world, and I don't think animals exist with bad intentions. And I don't think trees grow with bad intentions. I think trees just grow for their own good intention, and um a lot of these like cultural issues, a lot of these cultural things comes from good intentions, right? And I think I already made a video about this, about good and bad intentions, right? It's like we practice our cultures starting with good intentions until the day we realize that we were mistaken, and then we're getting bad outcomes from it, and that we should stop it. And so that doesn't mean that you're you're a liberal, or you're not being conservative, you're losing your culture. That just means you're growing. And I believe that um, that's the sort of um, advantage that our generation has over the previous generation. It was harder to imagine being progressive and respecting one's own culture, but now we have a lot of proof and the know-how of how to be better people, how to be more progressive without losing ourselves in roots. I think I want to stop there. Thanks for coming along.